Hi, you're welcome to Financial Freedom Hub, your comprehensive financial education and tutorial channel on YouTube. We have been looking at a new series we call The Law of Money, the laws of money. And we look at the first law, which is the law of abundance. And then we look at the second law, which was the law of exchange. We are now looking at the third law of money, which is the law of savings. The law of saving. So we are going to be exploring the third law of money, which is the law of savings. And that law says financial freedom comes to the person who saves 10% or more of his income throughout his lifetime. So the law of savings says that financial freedom comes to the person who saves 10% or more of his income throughout his lifetime. One of the smartest things that you can ever do for yourself is to develop the habit of saving part of your income, whether it's a salary or wage or whatever. But develop the habit of saving at least 10% of that income every single paycheck. So every month or weekly or the duration of time that you are paid, make sure you pay yourself 10%. Individuals, families, or societies that are stable and prosperous to the degree to which they have high saving rates. So all we are saying here is that individuals, families, and even societies are stable and prosperous to the degree to which they have high savings rates. So if you go to a family, you go to individual lives, you go to a society, the stability and the prosperity of that society or that family is to the degree to which they have savings, high level of savings. So if you go into a society where they have a culture of savings inculcated in all the members of that society will be financially stable. You go to a family when they train the children from childhood to save a little bit of whatever they are given, that family becomes financially stable. Savings today are what guarantee the security and the possibilities of tomorrow. So the savings we do today at individual level, at family level, at societal level, at whatever level, become the security and the possibilities for tomorrow. So if you are looking for financial freedom, you are looking for wealth generation, it must begin with the culture of savings, right? So we want to look at the effect of the law of saving. The first effect of the law of saving comes from the book called The Richest Man in Babylon by George Clason. So if you haven't heard of that book before, go and Google search it. You can find the free versions online. It is called The Richest Man in Babylon by George Clason. And it says that pay yourself first. It means in whatever you do, whatever money you earn, at whatever interval, at every such interval, when you earn the money, pay yourself first. So pay yourself at the top or from the top before you begin to pay any other thing from your income. So if, for instance, your income is, let's say, $1,000 a month, and then even your tax, your income tax is, let's say, $200, and the remaining is $800, don't pay yourself 10% out of $800. You will be cheating yourself. So pay yourself 10% on top of the 1,000. Even though tax is taking $200, pay yourself 10% because tax is taking 20%. I don't know whether you are getting it. So pay yourself 10% at the top. Begin today to save 10% of your income off the top and never touch it. This is the rule. Never touch it. This is your fund for long-term financial accumulation, and you never use it for any other reason except to assure your financial future. So make sure any amount you earn, you save 10% of that income off the top. Like I gave you an example, $1,000, take 10%, which is $100 at the top before any other expenditure, mortgage, whatever comes out of it. This is your fund for long-term financial accumulation, and you never use it for any other reason except to assure your financial future. It is sad but true. This statement is sad but true, that if you simply save for a rainy day, the one thing that you can be sure of is that it is going to start raining very soon. So it is sad but true that if your intention of saving is towards a rainy day, like we say it, then you can rest assured that the next thing that is going to happen is that it is going to start raining very soon. If you save with the intention of spending the money as soon as you need it, you are going to need it sooner than you realize. So that is the caution there. So don't save money with the intention that if any emergency comes, you are going to use that money. The next moment you realize emergency will come. If you want to buy a house or take a trip like a vacation, set up another fund for that purpose. But your savings or investment account should be untouchable. It shall be a sacred calf which cannot be touched. So if you create an account, and which you must do, create a separate account for your savings towards your financial independence or your financial freedom, and make sure you put your regular monthly 10% savings in that account. If your purpose, you want to buy a house, you want to buy a car, you want to take a vacation trip, then create another account and find another money and put inside that account to serve that purpose. But make sure your savings towards financial freedom will not be touched. That is the first effect of the law of saving. The remarkable thing is that when you pay yourself first and force yourself to live on the other 90%, you will soon become used to it. You are a creature of habit. All of us are creatures of habit. And so once we begin to save 10%, we'll get used to spending or living on the remaining 90% because we develop that through habit. All right. Many people start by saving 10% and their income, and then graduate to saving, let's say, 15%, 20%, and even more. Once you become comfortable with living on the 90%, you can discipline yourself to live on 85%, 80%, and by so doing, you are increasing your saving from 10% to 15% and 20%, and sometimes even 30%. The second effect of the law of saving says, take advantage of tax-deferred savings and investment plans. And so the next thing you want to do after paying yourself first, at least 10% on top or at the top of your income, is that you take advantage of tax-deferred savings and investment plans. So it means you don't put your savings into just any account or any investment. You have to look for investments or tax-free saving opportunities where the taxation will be deferred or mitigated because of the time frame over which you are saving. Because of high and even multiple tax rates, money that is saved or invested without being taxed accumulates at a rate of 30 to 40% faster than money that is subject to tax. So simply put, what we are saying is that when you save money in avenues where tax is deferred or tax is completely eliminated, then you stand the chance of accumulating at a rate of 30 to 40% faster more money than situations where the savings is subject to taxation. Self-made millionaires, according to Dr. Thomas Stanley's book, The Millionaire Next Door, are most obsessive about accumulating their funds in assets such as real estate, self-owned businesses, and equities that increase in value without triggering tax liabilities. So there are things that you can put your money in, and then either the tax will be deferred or it will not attract taxation at all. Example are real estate, self-owned businesses, equities that increase in value without triggering tax liabilities. Invest in company pension and retirement plans, education, investment accounts, stock option programs, and whatever else has been approved by your revenue authority for long-term financial accumulation. Make every dollar count. So if you are saving, make sure you look for a vehicle that allows you to save for a long time without tax consequences. Then you can be sure that your money is giving you value at a higher rate. How can you apply this law of saving immediately? Number one, begin today to put 10% of your income aside. Set up a special account for this purpose and treat your contribution to this account with the same respect that you do your rent or your mortgage payment each month. It means you discipline yourself that no matter what happens, you are not going to touch that money under any circumstance. If you are in debt and the 10% is too much for you, then start with a smaller percentage, maybe 5%, 2%. It is not a cult you are joining. So once you begin to free yourself from your debt, you can increase the percentage until you get to your desired percentage, 15, 20, or whatever. But start from somewhere, beginning from today. And then the second way to apply this law immediately is to become a lifelong student of money. Read the best books, take courses, and subscribe to the most helpful magazines. Know what you are doing so you can always make intelligent decisions when you invest your funds. Don't throw your money away. You don't stagger into financial freedom. You don't stagger into financial independence. It is a decision you make, and that decision begins with the law of savings. Discipline yourself, cultivate that discipline, and make sure you begin with your next paycheck, 10% put aside in a savings account. Thanks for watching. I remain your friend, John Kennedy. I'll see you in the next video when I bring you expose on the next law of money. Remember to subscribe to the channel if you haven't as yet, or you are a newcomer to the channel. Subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification, give us thumbs up for our videos, and then also share and leave a comment. God bless you.